Hello, Steeler Nation. I am G.Stryker, host of the Steeler Nation podcast, vidcast, and now Steeler Nation interviews. So, with me tonight is Steeler Nation draft guru Matt Papiernik. Matt, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, Stryker. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Nice. And I am super excited to be able to be inviting on for the first time a prospect in this year's upcoming draft. We are going to be welcoming Mark Robinson. Mark, how are you doing, man? Welcome to the Steeler Nation interviews.
I'm doing good, man. I'm blessed. Can't complain at all. How y'all doing?
I'm blessed as well. Thank you for asking, man. And what city state are you currently residing in Steeler Nation?
Albany, Georgia.
Nice. So hanging out there with the family, relaxing.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Spending a little time with my son, before things pick up one more time, man.
Oh, that's great. How old's your son?
He's 1 month.
Oh my gosh, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank y'all.
What's his name?
Mark Robinson Jr.
There we go. We got a junior in the house. So
Yeah,
congratulations. There's nothing like a blessing of a new child in the family.
You're right about that.
That's awesome stuff. So, Mark, the first question I've got for you, man, are you a video game guy at all?
I am, man. Actually, I just received a PlayStation 5. So
nice.
I've been on that. I've been spending a little relaxation time on that so far.
What are your games?
2K, definitely 2K.
Yep.
Madden, Grand Theft Auto. And
awesome.
I'm trying to get into Call of Duty, but it's not my thing yet.
Yeah, I like the open source stuff, but obviously everybody loves the sports games, man. Especially when you're a competitive guy like yourself.
Yes, sir.
Getting ready to play in the NFL. I mean, I understand like everybody we talk to loves the NBA 2K, loves the Maddens, loves
definitely.
FIFA's big as well. You play any FIFA?
Nah, I haven't played any FIFA. I used to love baseball games.
Oh, yeah?
But I got to get me another one, man.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Mark's got some questions at all. He being our draft guru, I know, has done a lot of research on you. So we've got some back and forth that we'd love to ask you some stuff. If you're ready to go, we're ready for you. Awesome.
Yeah, man. So I know you made a couple stops along the way, going from different schools all the way to finishing at Ole Miss. Can you just take us through what the transfer process is like, going from school to school, and kind of what you dealt with through the different transfers? You transferred from the Big South to the Ohio Valley and then to Ole Miss. What was that process like each step of the way?
I mean, the best way for me to describe the process alone is to say I was led by God each move I made. Everything happened for a reason. It just so happened that every time it was I was due for growth. Another change came, and God gave me the wisdom, courage, and opportunities to pursue my dream. And that's just basically how that happened, man. Just keep going for places and bigger opportunities until, my last stop at Ole Miss, where I betted all my faith and walked on. And, we're here today, man.
Yeah, man, it's a great story. I mean, I know you had to set out the year and everything after transferring. So jumping from the FCS to, Power 5 conference in the SEC, what made you decide to make that big of a jump? You took a bet on yourself. It's a big risk that a lot of people don't take.
Yes, sir. I think for me it was about, I really wanted to know. I really wanted to know for myself, was I made for it? Because if I missed out on the opportunity on my dream, for my whole life, because somebody could possibly tell me I didn't play at the highest competition of football, and I just didn't want to let that be the case. So I went and I walked on, and I put in work every day because I wanted to know what was meant for me, and man, God had it for me the whole time, and I'm thankful that I'm here today for it.
That's great to hear, Mark. And what is the biggest difference then between playing for like the Big South and the Ohio Valley and the SEC?
I mean, that's a hard question for me. I definitely don't want to, belittle any talent.
Not at all. Yeah.
The other colleges or whatever. But I mean, for me, it was a great deal of difference simply because I switched from running back to defense, man. And And just being on that side of the ball made me see the whole game difference. And of course, I was in bigger stadiums, and the guys were, you know, it were a lot bigger, and things were moving faster. Man, it was just an unreal experience for me. And I think just moving the defense, man, it was nothing short of amazing for me. So that's basically my take on it, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. All the changes you went through there, it's a big changing, a lot of changes. When you decided to transfer there, I know, I read up on you a little bit, and your buddy Otis Reese was on the team, and had a little bit of influence on you. How much of him being at Ole Miss already influenced your decision, and what did he really talk to you about when deciding to go to Ole Miss?
What we talked about was just me and him being the type of guys and kids we were back in high school. All we did was work out. Like it's a religion for us. So just even when we went out to college, when we'll have free time and be back at home on the break or whatever, we'll always get together and go work out together. And so one day we was out there and he was like, "Man, you putting in too much work not to be on our level, because I see a lot of guys who aren't like you at all. Like I know for a fact if you came, like they'll have to find a way to put you on the field. Like you just that type of guy, man." And once we had that conversation, I talked to God, man, and I really started to, you know, just think about it and, ponder on the idea. And, you know, I made a decision, man, and it was, truthfully one of the best decisions I ever made in my life.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that's great, Mark. And you also mentioned that when you were a running back, how did that most help you to become a great linebacker?
Uh, I think for me, it's the instincts, man. I think my instincts propelled me a lot, and helped me in situations that, I wasn't expected to be able to handle myself the way I did, and just playing ball and enjoying it, and just knowledge of the game. Playing offense my whole life, a running back in specifics, and just going back to the mirror position at linebacker. It's just a lot of things that I pay attention to because I know the techniques of a running back. Like I
Yeah.
studied it. I tried to master being a running back, so it's a lot of things that I know that I pay attention to. So I'm a great attention to details guy, man,
Yeah.
and I now owe that all to playing running back.
Nice.
Yeah, being on seeing it from the opposite side, seeing it from the opposite side now, you probably get a lot of the I don't want to say advantages, but you can kind of see what the running back's going to see as it's happening. Just recently, you had your pro day, not too long ago. You did pretty well. I see all your, uh, your 40 and everything. You impressed a lot of people. You're on a lot of people's radar. I know you talked briefly with Steelers coach Mike Tomlin there. Did he give you any advice on the whole process? What did you guys talk about? How did that all go with him? What was it like meeting him and going through that?
Uh, we went out to dinner, and just being there, kind of just his presence, man, just made me understand, just enjoy where I'm at, and keep working hard. And basically, without him saying a word, that's kind of what I took away from it, man. Just keep working, and dreams do come true, man. And anything is possible, and that's just a testimony to God once again, man. So that was basically like how it was to be with him, and speak, talk about a little things that we did, and it was great, man.
And that's an interesting thing too. Like what I've noticed about Mike Tomlin is he's such a persona in the NFL. He's one of those guys that has just been, in Pittsburgh forever.
Yeah,
Absolutely. It's almost like a college recruiter when a college head coach is trying to recruit
yeah.
athletes. So does it feel overwhelming when you talk to a guy like that? Or is he just really good at making you feel at ease and getting to know who you are?
Uh, I wouldn't say it made me nervous. It was just
Yeah.
like a reality check for me, man.
Yeah.
So many days, we put in work and people give up on dreams, and I never gave up. And it's
Yeah.
just a testimony to let me know that anything is possible, man. Like when you work hard, these are the results that you get. These are the benefits that you reap, man.
Hmm.
Being in places that other people can only dream about being, man. So it was just unreal, and it was a blessing to be there.
Nice. And Matt, you can go ahead and ask the last question there.
All right, man. Yeah, I know a lot of these players are going through the pre-draft process. They always debate whether to go to the NFL or not, when they can declare early. Going through this pre-draft process, you obviously do a lot of different things. There's a lot of things you don't know. What's the most difficult thing that you've had to kind of go through as you've gone through it so far that most players don't know until you get there, that maybe not, your coaches or other people around you tell you as you're going through it, as you're about to make that decision to make the leap?
Um, I definitely have to say the workload, man. It's just when you're a big attention to details guy and you always want to put your best foot forward, you don't really have a break, man, because you're so prepped on what's next and making sure that you handle business the right way, that you go about it, and that you're performing at the peak when the time is here for your next, big day or whatever. So it was just like after the season, like you go into a whole different gear. Like sometimes people have a relaxation period, but I know like when you're going into that draft, you're always preparing for what's next, and that's sometimes the biggest day of your career. So it's no off break. So you know, just work real hard and see it through, man, and it'll all come through for you. You just that workload, it's not like a regular off season, man.
Yeah, I would imagine you're probably training for a lot of different things that aren't necessarily, the
Yeah,
same thing as training
definitely.
for
Just
game day
different
too.
type of training.
Yeah. Nice. So whenever you get to Pittsburgh, I don't know if you've ever heard about the food being in Pittsburgh. It's pretty insane. What kind of foods do you like specifically?
Um, I'm not really a picky eater at all, man.
Good.
So
Good. That
uh,
helps coming to Pittsburgh.
yeah,
Because we got a Permani's sandwich. I don't know if you've ever heard of those before,
no sir.
but you get to pick. You got like 20 different meats you can pick from, different sausages. You can put
Oh,
hamburger meat on there. You can put fish
okay.
on there. You can put chicken. But it comes with, they put the coleslaw and the fries on there with the meat, and it's a nice soft Italian bread on both
Oh my
sides.
God.
And then you can add some hot sauce and stuff to it. It's
Oh
it's
yeah, it sounds
amazing.
like something to be discovered there.
It is. So when you come to Pittsburgh, man, you've got to check out Permani Brothers.
Okay, thank you. I definitely remember that, man.
Awesome. Guys, Mark Robinson of Ole Miss, top prospect. We're looking forward to you coming in the draft. Hopefully, you're going to end up in Pittsburgh. I
Yes,
want
sir.
you to tell Steeler Nation how we can follow you on social media.
On Instagram, my at name is Prime23. Well, dang, I messed up.
No worries. So we got you down on Instagram at _ Mark Robinson with 2 N's _ That's _ MarkRobinson _ and go check him out on Twitter as well at Prime23. That is PRIMEEE23. And follow this guy, man, because he's a great positive influence, great smile, and I expect big things out of him in the NFL, man.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being on the show. We appreciate you very much, Mark.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Take
sir.
care.
Thanks,
Take care,
Mark.
man.
God bless to your family and everyone.
Yeah, God bless. Awesome. Great interview, Matt. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for setting up a lot of these awesome questions for us. And thank you for being able to shift on the fly like we always do.
Thanks for having me, Stryker. It's always a pleasure.
And let Steeler Nation know how to follow you.
Oh, yes.
When not reading your great articles on SteelerNation.com.
Yes, well, you obviously got to go there first to find all my articles. That's more interesting than my personal life. But my Twitter is Matt _ Papiernik. It's MATT _ PAPIERNIK. And if you would like, you can follow me on Instagram as well. It's champagne _ pap, CHAMPAGNE _ PAP.
Awesome. And Steeler Nation, make sure to come on over to SteelerNation.com for all of our great articles, all of our great resources for vidcasts, podcasts, and show up to YouTube too. Join our channel, youtube.com/Steeler Nation. Tweet us at Steeler Nation. Instagram us at SteelerNation.com. Follow the podcast on Twitter at _SN Podcast, Instagram Steeler Nation Podcast, or follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SN Striker. That's Steeler Nation Striker spelled with a Y. Thank you for joining us for Steeler Nation Interviews. I am your host, G.Stryker, with Matt Papiernik and Mark Robinson, rooting along with you as always. Go Steelers!